Hello everybody, my name is Alon and today I want to share with you my thoughts on the masterclass by Herbie Hancock, which in the last few days I just finished after it took me about 2.5 months of slowly going through it. And first of all, I want to say the bottom line is, coming from someone who wasn't into jazz at all, and I didn't even know who Herbie Hancock was up until a couple of months ago. My idols are Elton John, Billy Joel. I really like playing rock piano and taking guitar songs and moving them to the piano. And the bottom line is that the course is, like they say, it's about finding your own sound. That's what they promised. And I know for me, these have definitely been the most meaningful 2 months since I started playing music, not just piano in general. I've been playing piano for 7 years. And I was a guitarist before that, and I absolutely love the course. Now I will share with you what I loved about the course, and also what I didn't like as much. And if you want to read a deeper review about it, you can scroll down. There's a link below to a text review with more details on my website. Anyway, so first of all, the course throws a very wide net of topics, because the title is Herbie Hancock Teaches Jazz, which is so huge because obviously he cannot teach you jazz in 25 lessons of 10 minutes. And also you can learn jazz in theory and all the basic stuff from anyone else. But what you really get here is Herbie gives you a lot of his personal approach to things like chord voicings, reharmonizations, his approach to writing music. Even before that, in the beginning, his approach to learning new tunes and how he used to learn new stuff. His approach to playing with groups and working in a band and just navigating your career as a musician. And then he gives you just his approach to music and to all those topics. And I don't know where, and by the way, he is a super, super likable and nice guy and always smiling, and that's really what made me love him a lot more and made the whole, the learning process a lot more fun. Actually, I was so happy taking the course that I already bought it as a gift to 2 of my friends because it was so fun, and the production and the cinematography by itself is like a work of art. And anyway, what I was saying is that I don't know where the course is going to meet you on your journeys, because you might be a pianist who just starts to get into jazz, or you might be someone who has been playing jazz for years, or maybe jazz is not even your thing at all. But still, I think that learning from someone with so much experience, I think that everyone who likes the idea of the course is going to take a lot from it to whatever his playing style is and whatever his playing level is. That's what it was for me. And personally, I took tons from Herbie, from what he says, to the way I now play my own songs, whether if it's also that I just got into jazz. He made me start loving jazz. So it's the special chord voicings, adding more inversions, playing around with the time, or just changing whole parts of the song. These are things that I didn't really have the guts to do, you can call it, before the masterclass. And now you can see a link below to how I play, to some performances. And it's a lot more freestyle and it's a lot more feelings oriented. That's what I feel. And that's what I directly took for the course. That's what it was for me. Because as they say, the course is about find your own sound. And I really think I made a huge leap forward in terms of finding my own sound and what I really like to play, and not being as technical as I was, just flowing around with feelings. So this is what you get. And also, I want to talk a little bit about what I didn't like as much about the course. And the main thing is that since there are so many topics, so for example, Herbie talks about chord voicings, which is obviously something that he can talk about for weeks. And he gives you just about 10 or 20 minutes of it, his introduction to it, some of the stuff, the specific stuff that he likes to do. But in some of those cases, like in reharmonization, in the part about playing with a group, I just said, man, you should make a whole masterclass just about this one, and I'll get it again for $90. So I wish they would make like a continuation series of some of those topics because they weren't wide enough. This also brings me back to the idea where it might be too slow for some people at certain points and too fast for others. If you are already been playing for years, so some of it is going to be too slow, and some of it for the beginners is going to be, you know, fly over their heads, like the complicated stuff from the advanced lessons. And then something else that I wish there was is if there was a virtual keyboard that you can follow on top. And I actually saw, I thought it's just for MIDI keyboards, but I actually saw some lessons on YouTube where I don't know how, but it is possible to do so with acoustic pianos, and it would have been a lot more easier to follow, especially when he's playing the more complicated stuff. So these are the main things that I didn't like. So yeah, the bottom line is I think in general I touched on most of the things. It's been, like, I can't even stress enough like how much this person meant to me in the last 2 months and how much I loved this course, and I still go back to those lessons. Now, if you scroll down in the description, you can see some 5 tips, in my opinion, for how you can get the most out of this course and ingrain a lot of the knowledge. One of them is, first of all, don't take the course if you don't have time while you're taking it for at least, 30 minutes or even an hour every day on the piano. If you can do that right now, so save the course for later, because you gotta let time for the course to sink in. That's where practically all the things that he talked about and all the jazz stuff started like coming out when I'm playing my own favorite songs, which are not even jazz. Another thing about getting a lot out of the course is I highly recommend printing out this really cool workbook that comes with it, where each lesson has a couple of pages written about it, and it really helps you memorize the whole thing. Now also, you get the sheet music for everything that he plays, note by note, even when he just jams, like shows a little riff. It's all in here, so it's really nice. And this is it. I think the bottom line is, if you're into jazz, if you like Herbie Hancock, you can't go wrong. It's a lot of fun, and I'm very, very, very thankful to the opportunity that I had to take this course. I wish there would be more from him. And this is it. I'm looking forward, hopefully, for more masterclasses from Herbie. And have a great time. If you choose to take this course, I hope it will be as helpful and meaningful to you as much as it's been to me. Have a great time. Goodbye.